Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of my live tea tasting. I've got a great blend for you guys today, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to be continuing with the theme for this month. I'm doing spooky teas from spooky companies, and we're going along with the morose and macabre loose leaf parlor tea. It's such a long title, but I love it. Hey Sneha, welcome. So this week's blend is going to be called a Spectral selection, and it's with another one that's totally herbal. So this is not going to be considered a tea. It's an herbal blend, but it's got the sense like odor sense. That's just like really refreshing. So this has nettle in it. Again, it has nettle. We had one a couple weeks ago that had the nettles again. We've got dillweed, which is interesting for a tea. Peppermint, parsley, sage, and skullcap. I don't know exactly what skullcap is. It gives me the impression that it's a kind of mushroom, because I think that that's a kind of mushroom, if I'm not mistaken. But skullcap, it is. And I mean, like, what better ingredient name can you have for some spooky tea? So we're going to take a look at this. You'll see it's a very, very green tea. There's not a whole lot of different colors in here, but there's like greens and whites and yellows. But it looks very fresh. It looks very vibrant. It's nice and green, and it's very like there's nothing in here that stands out particularly. I can smell the peppermint in it, but other than that, it's a lot of like just green smells to it. There's a little white thingy in here. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe that's the skull cap? I don't know. I'm going to have to look and find out what it actually is. But, take a look at one of these pieces. It's a very white, fuzzy leaf, and that's probably the sage. If you take a look at it, you probably can't see it very well because you'd have to have like super high definition for it. But when it's really fuzzy like that, it usually has a nice soft flavor to it. So I'm really looking forward to that one. And when we look at the wet leaf, there's not much of a difference between the dry leaf and the wet leaf. Sorry, I'm just taking a look, making sure I'm not missing any comments. So we don't see much growth in this. Like, it hasn't expanded because nothing was really compressed in here. So it looks just kind of like green mush, maybe a spinachy kind of texture to it. But the smell is magnificent. Like, all I smell is the sage and the peppermint. Oops, just dropped it down. Even the parsley, like, I don't know why they not a spinachy smell, the spinach kind of texture to it, like a wet leaf. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and take my first sip. Ooh, that smells nice. Why the ugh? I mean, you get wet leaf every time you make tea. Anyway. Oh, that's nice. I'm getting a lot of the sage and the peppermint. And again, those are the two most fragrant ingredients that I've been able to pick out. I'm getting this kind of like, and this is going to be an interesting uh, an interesting description because it's like it's not very strong, so it kind of tastes like the end of your gum. You know when you chew your gum for too long and all the flavor is gone? You get like that mint and then like that kind of flat flavor along with it, like it's almost gone. That's what I'm getting with this. It's not a very vibrant flavor. I think that the mint and the sage is clashing a little bit, so I'm not getting a whole lot of that strength in the flavor. I honestly think that they might have made a mistake pairing the two together, from what I can tell. Because I'm not getting like a full flavor. It's a little bit flat on the end. I mean, it's not bad. It's just a little bit underwhelming, you know? Like, I was hoping every time I see peppermint, I'm hoping for a nice, strong, minty flavor to it. But I'm not really getting that because, like, the sage is battling it way too much. So it's kind of a bit of a stalemate. Like, I can taste both of them. And it sounds like most of the blends from this company is meh. No, I disagree because it's like I liked the first two. They were very full flavored, very bold. But for this one in particular, it's kind of like it's conflicting in itself, you know? Because I love peppermint in tea, but it's just like the and it might also be the parsley too that is bringing it down, giving it like too much of a flatness to it. Sage in itself is a very fragrant herb, so I expect it to be flowery, and it generally is. But I think that this was just a little bit of a miss when they came to putting them together, because like I wanted the peppermint to flourish, but it's not. It's not terrible. It's just a little bit disappointing. You know, like I was hoping for a more vibrant flavor, something that that really stands out. You know, and many teas do that, but this one, it's just on the back end. I don't have that coolness left behind on my tongue that peppermint tea has. You know, I don't have that that chill when I blow out, kind of a thing. It's not really doing its best, you know. I'm sure there's a market for it, but yeah, I don't foresee this as being one of their best sellers. Even when I sip it, like the mint starts off strong, but it flattens out really quickly. This is not a slow burning tea, and I kind of miss the way that that it lingers. I don't have a lingering taste on this. Well, okay, correction, I do, but it's not the mint. You know, it's more on the sage and the like flat gum kind of taste to it. Like mint is usually a strong flavor. Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, like that's like what I'm trying to figure out is what the blenders were trying to go for when they blended this. And I think that it's a little bit conflicted because like they're battling each other way too much. Um, I feel like, was it interesting? Oh yeah, I mean it is interesting for a taste, a taste sake, but not like I can't see myself buying this one again. Not that it's a bad tea, it's just it just wouldn't be one that I would go for, you know? If I were to maybe sweeten it up or try to figure out, like, maybe when it's colder, the mint would come out more, but as it stands, it's not really doing it for me. What would I have done differently? I would have avoided the combination altogether. The mint and the sage, it's just not, it's not doing it. Like, I would have chosen one and supported it. Like, I usually go for mint when I start to blend, and I go for things that that complement it. You know, like mint with jasmine. That complements very well because it's a very floral, very perfumey, and a very light kind of flavor to it. But with the parsley and the sage, maybe even the nettle, like I don't know specifically what that tastes like because I've never had it on its own. That might be in there conflicting as well. I'm just trying to figure out, like, whoever blended this, I don't know if they, like, tasted it with a criticizing mind, if that makes sense. You know? Because, I mean, just this blend is kind of like, eh. But if I had done it with the sage, I would have kept that completely floral. You know? Sage with maybe some corn flour, maybe some safflower. I mean, if I were to use sage, I would actually put some green tea to go in with it. I think that would complement it a little bit better than what I'm getting right now. Instead of, you know, like having something that battles it. Because I think that, you know, I mean, sometimes two strong flavors will complement each other. Let's say like peppermint and chocolate, or, you know, something like that would give it that peppermint patty taste. The two go well together, they're very strong. But these two, it's just, I don't know. It's not really doing it for me. And, you know, I usually have just the best things to say about most of the teas that I drink. But this one is it's kind of it's kind of underwhelming. And the thing is, like, what's really kind of bothering me is that I taste it mostly in the back of my tongue. You know, like it's not really, it's not really jumping out. It's giving me like just kind of a little, flatness to it. And I can taste it like in the back of my throat as well. But I'm not, yeah, it's just, I don't know, to me it's a miss. I'm wondering how it would taste if I iced it. I think, in this case, I would prefer it iced over hot. But it seems like it needs more. It needs to be... It needs to be reworked a little bit, in my opinion. Something to liven it up a little bit, maybe add some flavors. Get maybe some vanilla in here. Just a very light vanilla, maybe add some fruits. You know, like maybe get some strawberry or pineapple or something to kick it in the pants a little bit and rival the floral flavor to it. Because I don't know, it's not really doing it for me, you know. Hey, Mom, welcome. I saw you pop in here. So I'm kind of like, I don't know. Sorry to hear this tea isn't good. I mean, I'm not saying that it isn't good. It's just not great. You know, I usually hold teas up to a certain standard. And I'm generally happy. You know, I mean, I drink practically everything. There are very few teas that I just won't drink, and I think that this is kind of turning into one of them. I mean, not that I won't drink it. It's just it wouldn't be in my top 50. You know, because I love so many blends, but this one is just not. It's just not doing it for me. I mean, otherwise, if you take a look at it, it's a beautiful looking tea. You know, it's very clear. Got a nice golden color to it, and there's very little sediment at the bottom. And I'm assuming that that's from the nettle and stuff. But I mean, yeah, it's just not exciting. What's the tea in it? There is no tea. Like that, and that's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing in there that's really giving it a flavor. You know, like one or the other. I would add like a nice strong green tea in this, preferably a Chinese, maybe like a Dragon Well or something like that. Something to give it some depth. But this one just has nettle, dillweed, peppermint, parsley, sage, and skullcap. It needs, like, I think that they put so many bland ingredients in here that nothing really pops out. I don't know. It's like it's very difficult to talk about because it's hard for me to find something that's gonna excite me. You know, I mean, like the mint in this is the most exciting thing to me, but it gets cut off. I don't know. Yeah, like this one is not my favorite at all. And I'm kind of like, I should do a Thomas taste just to see if I can pull something out. Yeah, let me try the Thomas taste to see if that does anything. Yeah, I'm getting like, it's the same flavor, just extended longer. It sounds like more of a medicinal thing. Yeah, I mean, it might be more for health purposes. But I mean, you can get the best of both worlds. You know, you can get something that tastes really good and is good for you. In the tea world, that's not difficult at all. I mean, maybe I'll have to like just go and find out the health benefits of all this. But honestly, like, you could get those same health benefits with a better blend. I don't know, like, I had I had my choice of 3 different teas to pick from today, and you know, this one is just, I think that I could have picked a better one to bring to you guys, because this is just, it's less than exciting. Even from the other, what was that company? the spice professors. For the first one that started off, that ginger mango, it started off kind of meh, but it got better as it cooled down. This one is meh and then staying meh. You know, I don't really taste anything redeeming as it cools down. I'm hoping that maybe if I ice it, it'll give me a kind of it'll bring out the mint a bit more. I mean, you know, maybe I should try that. let me get some ice for it real quick. Yeah, let me wait for it to cool down a little bit. Maybe that'll help. I don't. What was this? You just not into it. Go make a pina colada. I mean, that's fair. I can make myself. I have made a pina colada tea actually, and it came out really good. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to give it all the benefit of the doubt that I can, without putting sugar in it. Because at that point, if it needs sugar to save it, it's I don't know, it's just not worth saving. Right. The ice is cooling off. And it looks like the ice kind of stirred some stuff in there. All right, we're going to go ahead and all the ice is melted, so I'm going to give it a shot. And that just like kind of watered it down. Yeah, that was not smart. Now it just tastes like a watered down version of what I had before. Yeah, the cooling it off didn't really help at all. In fact, it kind of hurt it a little bit. But, I mean, I diluted it, so it's to be expected. But yeah, like, I don't know. I'm not really feeling this one. I'll still post the link in case anybody wants to try it, because, to each their own. Maybe you guys might like it better than me. But it's full form. I don't know, it's just not really doing it for anything. So, as I always do, questions, comments, if you want to talk about it, now is the time. I'm going to answer Teresa's question as I always do. What would I pair this with? And in this case, I would have to go with the strong flavor to kind of overpower it. Because it's not really doing it for me. I want to enjoy my meal. So I would do something with it that would probably just, like, I'll name a food that would improve the tea, in my opinion. So I would imagine getting a nice creamy dessert to go with it. Maybe like a vanilla ice cream, or maybe like chocolate and orange, something like that. Something that'll stay on your palate as you drink. Something nice and sweet. Maybe like a fruit salad. I think a fruit salad might do well also. Honeydew. I think honeydew would go well with this, because honeydew would make it sweeter on its own. Yeah, other than that, I'm just not feeling it. I think that watering it down actually, I don't know, it actually brought down the flavor from the mint also. Because I'm really not tasting, like, even the mint has become weaker. Yeah, I don't know. It's not really doing it for me. Yeah. Sorry, guys. This one's a bit of a dud. Once again, questions, comments, anything you want to talk about, now's the time. Is it sour? Not at all. And you know, like, sour would be something. You know, sour would be something that I can work with. You know, I mean, there's plenty of sour teas. You know, people put lemon in tea all the time, and gives it that kind of a tart, sour taste. This one is, you weren't here when I described it at first, but this one, it tastes like you're finishing your gum, and like the flavor has run out. Like, that's what I'm talking. Like just that little bit of mint, and then flatness. Yeah, and it's just, I don't know. Eh, it like, I would prefer sour over this, because it's just like sour you can sweeten, you know. Sour you can fiddle with. This I would have to like go back and back to the drawing board. Dump it? Yeah, I think I will. I don't think I'm going to finish this one today. If I were to finish it, it'll be hot. It'll be quick. It'll be something just to drink, just to drink. You know, just to use it all up. Maybe I'll try cold brewing it. That way, at least, it would work as, you know, like, maybe it'll enhance the mint. Or maybe I can, because I do have a whole pound bag of mint tea. I can add to it. Maybe that'll help. How could I improve it? I would just work it from the ground up. I wouldn't pair the peppermint with the sage, because it's too conflicting. I would add fruit to it for sure. If I were to leave this as it is, I would add fruit to it. You know, something strong, something that would kick it in the pants a little bit. Maybe pineapple and peppermint. It's an interesting combination, but I think that it would work. Maybe strawberry. I'm trying to avoid like the sour fruits, because I think lemon and peppermint would probably like get really messed up in there. Or maybe add vanilla. I think vanilla and mint might go well together. I don't know. I'll have to check that out. But anyway, I think I've said everything that I was going to say about this, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. This has been an interesting experience. So until next time, I'll go ahead and post the link as I always do, and see you guys next week. Have a great and wonderful weekend. Bye.